How's it going, Fish fam? Welcome back to a brand new video. If this is your first time checking out the channel, what's up? My name is Gabe. You can also find me at SpartnFish pretty much everywhere on the internet. If this is your first time on the channel, you might be a little bit confused, but something we like to do around here is whenever I finish an arc, I do a tier list live stream. That's right, I said a live stream. I'm currently live on Twitch, and I'm doing a tier list video for Sabaody and Amazon Lily. This is what you guys voted. Listen, I gave you the options of some really great cosplays. You said, no, we want to see you in a yellow hoodie and a white hat. So here I am in a yellow hoodie and a white hat. There's the pose. But yeah, we're here for a, actually I look kind of good. I'm not gonna I look like one of the dudes from not the Backstreet Boys. Hold on, let me pull it up. Let me pull them up real quick. Let me show you. Actually, wait, no, I am thinking of the Backstreet Boys. Yeah, hold on. I can never remember this dude's name, but that's who I look like, bro. Dude. Oh, let me show my screen real quick. Hold up. The best option was picked. That's fucking cap as hell, dude. You know damn well that's cap. Let's see. Let me pull up my screen real quick. Yeah, I look like this fucking guy right here. This fucking guy from the Backstreet Boys. I can never remember this dude's name, but that's who I look like. Oh shit, dude. This is ridiculous. Hey. The other options, which in my superior were vastly superior cosplays, were Margaret, who, oh, she's right there. Okay. And then Law's second in command, which I think it is Beep, right? Beep? Is that his name? If it's not Beep, it's, yeah, Beppo. That was the other option. People voted for Law, bro. People voted for Law. I could have very well just been a polar bear today. I would have been a polar bear in a damn orange jumpsuit. Bro, this is such a like low tier cosplay. I don't know why people picked Law over Beppo and Maggie. Those would have been actually really difficult to put together and actually been challenging, but this is just dude in white hat and yellow hoodie, you know? I wanted the challenge of putting together a actual interesting cosplay, but people were like, no, guy in hat. So here we are. I am a character that people supposedly like. His fruit is the One Piece human centipede fruit. And people seem to be really into that. They seem to really like the human centipede fruit guy. I don't know why, but they really like the human centipede fruit guy. So here I am. Human centipede fruit guy. Oh, let me know if the music is too loud or anything. By the way. Oh, am I? Oh, okay. Okay, good. Wasn't showing my my audio for a second. Music is a little loud. Yeah. Okay, one sec. Let me turn that shit down. There we go. All right. Yeah, but I have already started watching Impel Down. I'm not too far into it. I think I'm only like 3 or 4 episodes into Impel Down so far. I watched a little bit of it today, and oh wait, did I even finish my intro for this video? I don't think I even finished my intro for this. Hold on. Let me finish my intro for this video real quick before I get way hella off track. So today we are doing a One Piece tier list for Sabaody and Amazon Lily. I have it set up pretty close to how I had it for the previous tier lists, but as always, I'm probably going to make hella mistakes and hella adjustments. And just a reminder, this is not a power rankings tier list. I am not that far in the show. I don't know how strong people are. Okay, obviously I know Kuma's pretty fucking strong, but I don't know how strong people are. This is not a power rankings tier list. This is purely based off of my own subjective vibes. My own subjective vibes, how much I fuck with or do not fuck with the characters. Okay? Chill out. I'm only 420 episodes into the damn show. So there's a lot of shit that I don't know. So if I don't have the exact same opinions as you on your favorite character, shut up, deal with it. I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is. It is what it is. Also, if you're not already, make sure you join the Discord. Join the Discord, join the Discord, join the Discord. That way you get updated when I go live on Twitch. You get updated when videos like this come out on YouTube. It's just the easiest way to stay in touch. Also, if you join the Discord, you get access to extra episodes of shows, movies, things like that that aren't available on YouTube. I mean, you can join YouTube memberships and, you know, be a little bit ahead, but if you're in the Discord, you're really far ahead. I'm just saying. And you get to hang out for game nights, things like that. All right, let's just get into it. Let's just get into it. All right, let me know if that gets too loud. All right, there we go. Okay, we're doing it. We're doing the thing. Okay, we're finally here. Okay, this is out. This is. Listen, I get his first name starts with a B, but there's 0% chance that I'm doing like my Kuma rating at the beginning of this fucking video. That's crazy. There's no way. There's no way I'm doing Kuma right off the bat. Yeah, ain't no way. We're just gonna start with our boy Hawkins. To be fair, Hawkins didn't really do shit like the whole video, right? Or the whole time I've seen him, he hasn't done shit. Like, as far as I'm concerned, Hawkins doesn't do anything except card tricks. Trash. Bro can only this is the world of One Piece. Oh, damn it. I need to turn. Hold on. Let me. Hold on. No. I keep forgetting to do this. I'm just going to do it right now while I'm thinking about it. Let me change my fucking Streamlabs settings. Because I cuss way too much for it not to be a thing that's allowed in my Twitch chat. You know? Hold on. I think it's because the bot, like, default stuff has cussing in it, but I don't. Preferences. All right, now let's try. Ghost, I'm gonna need you to drop a naughty word in the chat. I need a naughty word in my chat real quick. Pretty much just got his ass whooped by Kizaru and that was about it. Yeah, exactly. Pog, let's go. Let's go. Okay. Okay, it's like the Wild West in here now. Fire. Okay. All right. Damn. This is kind of a tough one. I'm not gonna lie. The videos with Boa Hancock in them have not come out yet on the channel. She's kind of a bitch, bro. She's kind of a bitch for like I'm gonna be honest with you, like she's kind of a bitch. Like that whole time, the whole time we're on the island until like pretty much the last like 2 minutes. She's kind of an asshole. She's like just a cult leader, dude. She like lies to everyone constantly. She uses the forehead princess. That's fucking diabolical. That's criminal. That's criminal. That's what that is. She's like, she's a bad bitch, but at the end of the day, she is a bitch. Like 110%. She is kind of a shitty person for like but then, you know, she gets to talking to our boy and she switches up real quick. Luffy really did the I think I can fix her and was just successful. Just rolled a nat 20 on fixing her and making her not be like a horrific person. Because the whole beginning of this, of like Amazon Lily, where we're getting to know her, she's just kind of an awful person. She doesn't give a shit about the people she's in charge of. She is kind of just an asshole. Like at the end, she helps him, but like this is a tough one because she can take she's not trash. She's not trash. But it's hard to put her at, like, I feel like putting her above mid right now just feels disingenuous. Like, she is one of the 7 warlords. She is one of the 7 warlords, right? She can take down, like, mass amounts of people. Like, her AoE abilities go crazy. You know, she turned the whole enemy team to stone. She can stun 100 people at once and just take them instantly out of the fight. Crazy ability, insane. But again, this isn't a power ranking. This is based on vibes, and her vibes are kind of fucked. Her vibes are kind of fucked. Maybe she changes later on in the show. You know, it already seems like just getting to know Luffy, she's already had sort of a switch up, but she's not for me. She's not for me. Don't get me wrong. Would, but she's not for me. So I think she just goes in mid for right now. At least she has vibes. Hawkins was just I do voodoo, yeah, and his voodoo magic is card tricks. So I don't know, man. I think Chris Angel has him beat. Chris Angel could whoop Hawkins' ass, at least at this point in the show. The Stone Sisters, they go below Hawkins for the Snake Sisters. They just go. Listen, I know their backstories are very sad. Their backstories are very sad. Their backstories are very sad, but they also take it out on everyone else, and that's pretty shitty. That is pretty shitty. You know what I mean? It already seems like she's going to change and grow a lot after meeting Luffy, because she's known him for 5 minutes and she's already like, all right, you know, I love you, so I'll get involved in world government politics and help you, you know, do a prison breakout of the most dangerous place on the planet. I'll do it. So she's already starting to change, and I think, when does the time skip happen? Is the time skip after Marineford? Because that's something I honestly don't know. I think the time skip is after Marineford, based off of how we're kind of ending Sabaody, I'm imagining we're not going to see the crew again until after the time skip. So I'm thinking that's probably Marineford. But I don't fucking know. So I'm just gonna, yeah, plop Boa right there and assume that she gets better after the time skip. No, that I genuinely want to know, because I know there is a time skip, obviously. But like, is the time skip after Marineford? Because based off of what I've kind of gotten the vibes of just watching these arcs, it seems like it would make sense that it would be after Marineford. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. That makes sense. Let me turn my music volume up a little bit. Okay, there we go. Kizaru's a fucking menace. Kizaru Loki, he went sicko mode. He went sicko mode. He absolutely dusted the supernova. Or is it the supernovas? Or is it... No, worst generation. That's what it's called, right? They're called the worst generation. Is that what it is? I don't... Bro, they got too many people with nicknames. There's way too many people with too many nicknames associated with different groups of people. It's hard to keep track. It's hard to keep track. Like, I'm... Supernovas or worst generation, same thing. Okay. Yeah, he dusted all the supernovas pretty much single-handedly. Obviously, we had the Kuma robots show up who, like... that I'm assuming is never going to be... Actually, wait, no. From my understanding, that just got explained in the anime, like, for people who are currently watching. So that's fucking crazy to me. Like, 15 years later, people are understanding shit that I'm just finding out about right now. That's insane to me. But yeah, Kizaru went sicko mode, despite the fact that, you know, he had backup. He still went crazy. He still went crazy. But definitely not crazy enough to put him in top G status, you know? Not enough to put him in top G status. Okay. Kami, huh? Like, what did Kami even do? Kami's just trying to live her life, bro. Kami's just trying to live her life and have fun and just vibe, and everyone just wants to kidnap her and sell her into slavery. And she's still just, like, all she wants to do is just go to the amusement park and play and have a fun time hanging out with her friends. So you know what? I'm gonna put Kami at badass, because she helped the crew and came to this island knowing full well, like, she is she's in dangerous territory. Like, she should have her head on a swivel at all goddamn times of the day. She shouldn't even feel safe sleeping when she's on that island. And she still went there. She still went there to help them out. So, you know what? I'm gonna put Kami at badass. She's the most badass, useless character I've ever seen. So, that's where she's gonna go. Right there. Capone? He definitely goes above Hawkins. I can tell you that right now. He goes above Hawkins. But the question is... Bro, I still do... I don't know how the fuck his ability makes any goddamn sense. He is literally the Men in Black dude. The Men in Black aliens, you know what I mean? The aliens are in there working him with controls. That's him. He is just like a... I don't know if he's a robot, if he's... I don't know what's going on there, but he's like just a corpse being operated with little controls, but he's still alive. He's a living being. He's like a Megazord. Capone is a Megazord being operated by other humans. I don't know if they're I guess they're not really I don't... Man, these One Piece abilities are getting out of hand at this point. They're getting out of hand. Like, I don't even know what to say anymore. We have a dude with little dudes inside of him shooting guns out of his goddamn eyeballs. I feel like we didn't really see him doing anything. The only like he had the little people inside of him. They were fighting, but he kind of just wanted to dip immediately. And honestly, I don't blame him for wanting to dip immediately, because like if you look at him compared to the other people that are in the worst generation, like he does appear to be the oldest, you know what I mean? So he looks like the person with the most experience. So I feel like he just knows that they shouldn't be doing this shit, and that's why he's like, dude, we got to get out of here. He's still trash tier for me, but he's above Hawkins. He's above Hawkins, I think. At least, you know, he has more things going for him than just doing card tricks. So there's that. He does more than just card tricks. This does not look like the person from the Sanji Island. The Sanji Island is crazy. I'm gonna have to talk about that Sanji Island when we get to the arc review video, which I like have scripted a little bit, but I don't think that's them. They don't have enough stubble. Which is crazy. They don't have enough of a beard to be from the island that Sanji's on. So I think they're a filler character. So I don't know who they are. So I'm just gonna put them right there. Doflamingo, bro, we still haven't seen this dude do anything. This dude has done nothing except just aura farm. And Mihawk aura farms better than he does. Like, at the end of the day, Mihawk just aura farms better than Doflamingo does. So, going right there, buddy. You're going right there. You ain't done shit to deserve anything else. Hasn't done anything to deserve anything else. Okay. Now, Mihawk, you know, he kind of got that dog in him. But same boat as Doflamingo. He didn't do shit this arc. Bro did not do a damn thing. He just sat there and aura farmed the whole arc. That being said, I think he aura farmed successfully. But I'm gonna put him at mid. He didn't do anything. But he still looked cool doing it, you know? So he's just gonna go at mid. Duval. Where do I put Duval? Like, what do I even do with this man? Because, like, let's talk about it, right? Duval. Honestly, I don't know. I honestly don't know where to put Duval. And the reason why I don't know where to put Duval is because, like, I mean, he flipped a lot, right? He did change up a lot. But at the end of the day, the dude's character journey started with him procuring slaves. Like, that's what he was doing. That was his day-to-day. That was his job. That was how he found gainful employment in the world of One Piece, was selling dudes into slavery and kidnapping random mer women. I have a hard time ranking him up high, But at the same time, he did switch up a lot. Like, he flipped the script real quick. He caught his ass beating, and Sanji just, you know, beat him into being a better person. But, like, I'm thinking about it, and, you know, I don't know a lot about Mihawk. I don't know about a lot about Capone or wait, no. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna move Doflamingo. Now that I'm thinking about this, Doflamingo ran the slave auction house. I completely forgot about that. Doflamingo ran the slavery auction house. Yeah, bro gets dipped down a little bit there. Gonna get dipped down. I don't know. Because Duval did Duval really see the error of his ways? Did he find a new profession? Is his new profession just trying to riz? Like, is he actually switching up, or... I don't know, man. I think Duval has to go in trash. I think Duval has to go in trash, because, like, you know, post everything that happened, you know, him trying to kidnap our crew, Sanji beating the shit out of him, yeah, he helped us a lot, but... he still sold people into slavery. And we don't really know if he's actually changing up at all. Like, it doesn't... he's still running his gang. Are they still kidnapping people and selling them into slavery? I don't know, but I think he has to go in trash. I think he has to go in trash. Unfortunately. If Duval was just a guy who got bullied because he kinda sorta looked like Sanji's wanted poster and then got his ass kicked after he started a gang, I'd probably put him in mid or top of trash, maybe. But given the extra circumstances, I think bro has earned his spot sufficiently. I think he's earned his spot. Kid. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I like Kid better than Law so far. I like Kid better than Law. He has better vibes to me. To me, at least, Kid has better vibes than Law so far. I don't know why, but I saw someone commented in one of my videos saying that, like, I was shit-talking Kid. I was like, he's only been in, like, 2 episodes. I don't even know how I've talked about him enough to shit-talk him. But okay, apparently I shit-talk Kid all the time. I'm only in episode 400 by the time he said that, but apparently I am constantly shit-talking Captain Kidd. So I don't know how that happened, but I apologize to Captain Kidd. But yeah, let me think. Where does Captain Kidd go? He certainly goes... he definitely goes above Kami, but I don't know if he's quite into sicko mode territory. I'm trying to think about it. No, actually, he's not. And let me tell you why. I think Captain Kidd, Eustace the Kid, should be a lot stronger than he is. I think he should be a lot stronger than he is, and that's the reason why I'm not putting him in sicko mode. Because... bro, his whole power is controlling and moving, and it's metal. He's Magneto, right? He's Magneto. Explain to me why he can't control the Kumabots. Why is he not able to just, like, grab the Kumabots and just yoink them out of the fight? Like, it seems like he should be able to do that. At least... it just makes sense that he should be able to, because, like, the only comparison that I can really draw to Kid's abilities, and I know I already mentioned this, is like a Magneto. Magneto can move the Sentinels, which is like the most direct one-to-one comparison I can think of. Right? Magneto can move the Sentinels. So why is it that Kid would not be able to like control the Kuma bots to a certain extent and take them and just be like, get the fuck out of here. Go, 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 get out of here, Kuma bots. You know? It seems like Kid should be able to do that. If Kid learns how to do that, he's gonna get bumped up a notch in my book. He's gonna get bumped up a notch in my book. But I am also expecting him to just become a fucking cannon. Like, at some point, he's literally just gonna be a cannon. Like, Kid should, by the end of this show, the end of the anime, the end of the manga, Kid should be able to do a buster call by himself. That's what I'm expecting in terms of power scaling, is a Kid can do a buster call just by himself. I came back to Kid, time to leave again. Man, why do people hate Kid? I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. I mean, I just met him, so maybe he does some fuckery later on, but for right now, honestly, I like Kid's vibes. I like Kid's vibes. He's cool. He's a cool guy. Frankie, did Frankie even do anything this episode? No, Frankie didn't even do anything this episode. Like, even as the shipwright, the whole reason we came to Sabaody and got bodied by Kuma is because we needed to find another person to help us do stuff to the ship that Frankie isn't able to do. So, like, Frankie's whole job and his inability to do this one specific thing tied to his job is the reason we had to come to a different island completely and got fucking obliterated. And listen, I know it's not, it's not exactly shipwright stuff, but you know what the fuck is it? It's like, so we had to find someone else to work on the boat because Frankie couldn't do this. So honestly, I'm trying to think. What did what's the island Frankie? Oh yeah, and Frankie ended up on that island where he drank tea. It was kind of funny when I'm not trying to put him below Capone. Hold on. There we go. I'm sorry, Frankie. You're not living up to my expectations of you this arc. I'm sorry. This wasn't a good Frankie arc. Wasn't a good look for him. I think he just goes there, to be honest with you. Amazon Lily Grandma, she's kind of cool. She spent this whole arc basically trying to tell Boa and her sisters that they were acting like little bitches the whole time and to grow a pair and actually take care of their people. So I'm gonna put her in badass. Actually, I like this old lady. This old broad, she's kind of smart. She's kind of smart. This guy, that's from the, wait, is he just from the Nami Island? So this has to be the person from Sanji's island then, right? But this does not look like them. I remember them having more stubble. Am I wrong? Did they not have more stubble? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I think it didn't look like them. It didn't look like them. That's all I'm saying. It just did not look like them at all. At least from my vague memory of seeing that episode one time. This is the guy on a sky island studying the weather with Nami, right? He doesn't really do anything. Like, he's not trash. But I don't even think it's fair to say he's mid. Like, he just didn't do anything. Like, he just didn't do anything. I think he just goes here. I think he just goes there. Hachi. Okay, so Hachi is kind of an interesting one. Hachi's kind of an interesting one because now that I've learned more about his, like, the tattoos and his backstory and like the Arlong pirate backstory, it's still unclear if like Hachi joined later. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the timeline is really, but it seemed like he was not really one of the Arlong pirates, you know? Because like even back then when we like first got introduced to the Arlong pirates, Hachi was still kind of like a nice guy, like in comparison to everyone else. So he was kind of okay, you know what I mean? But the important part of all of this is, like, similar to Kami, he came to this island fully knowing that at any point in time he could just be sold as a fucking slave just by virtue of his race. I guess race would be the right way to describe it, right? Fishman race. Oh, this is Bing's Booze playing? Hold up. A moment of silence. Let's all listen. Respect. Okay. Oh, one thing that I wait, I just noticed, is Brooke not on this tier list? Brooke is not on this tier list. Brooke is not on this tier list at all. Wait, what? Why is Brooke not on this tier list? That's so random. They, like, whoever put together this tier list was just like, nah, Brooke just joined the crew. He doesn't get a spot yet. Like, what is happening? Why is Brooke not on this tier list? They were afraid it was gonna spoil people about the ending of Thriller Bark if they put him on the tier list, or what? Damn. Okay. Completely lost my train of thought. Yeah, they just don't fuck with Brooke, I guess. Hachi, right. Hachi, badass, Hachi. Yeah, badass. I'm putting him above Kami also, because he took the bullet, you know? Is this guy from the island that Frankie got put on? Okay, so if this is the person from the island Frankie got put on, then I have to assume that this is the person who, like, runs the island that Sanji's on? What was their name? It was like Ivankov? Is that it? I think. Nope, that's not right at all. What is their name? I have too many One Piece names in the brain now. Okay, you're just going here. You're giving me too much effort. I have to think too much. I have to think. If I have to think too, I may have just spoiler myself. It's okay. It's okay. You know, I've spoilered myself so many times trying to, like, put together One Piece thumbnails and stuff. Like, trying to remember the names, because the thing is, the way I think about, like, One Piece spoilers for myself right now, I'm on episode like 420, right? I still have 800 something episodes to go. By the time the thing I have spoiled myself on actually comes up, I'm probably going to forget it. Bug guy is Usopp Island. Okay. Well then, yeah, I feel like Who and filler is just kind of, you know, we're just gonna whoops. We're gonna put Who down at the bottom, and we're just gonna delete the filler arc, because if that's the case, we're just gonna go like this. Who? Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, because my perspective is, by the time I get to the thing that I'm spoiled on, I'm probably gonna forget about it. You know what I mean? And if the thing that I get spoiled on is character designs, chances are I've already seen them. You know what I mean? Because just in the process of, like, looking up images and stuff like that, like I know that characters join Luffy's crew, like, what they look like, you know? So at some point, I'm gonna see those characters and be like, hey, they joined the crew, before I even, you know, before I even like know what that character's name is necessarily. I'm gonna look at them and be like, hey, I've seen them in art of the crew, so I know they joined the crew. But anyways, where were we? Bonnie. Okay. The glizzy gobbler herself, Bonnie. Now, we have to take into consideration everything this person's done. So they ate glizzies. They ate pie, I think. They drank a lot. They also stopped Zoro from instigating a international incident by killing a celestial dragon, because Zoro, Luffy chose not to kill that man. I think Zoro might have just killed him. You know what I mean? Like, Zoro might have just killed him. Just off rip. When he went to go, when he went to shoot Zoro, the way Zoro was moving, I think he was moving to just assassinate that man. And Bonnie saved the crew at that point. Without even knowing, like, anything. Yeah, exactly. I mean, she did it. It's not her fault. They did it anyways. But, like, she stopped it initially from happening, you know? Because she knew that, like, the shit would hit the fan. And she was like, this fucking idiot doesn't know anything about what's going on in the real world. So I have to save him, even though I don't even know if she probably knew who Zoro was at that point, I'm imagining. But, like, it's not like they're friends, you know what I mean? They're not homies or anything. She just did it because she was like, fuck, this is gonna be a shit show if I don't stop this. So, honestly, I don't think she's above Kid for me. I don't think she's above Kid for me. Because I still haven't even seen Bonnie fight. I don't even know what Bonnie does except gobble glizzies, you know what I'm saying? So I think she just goes there. If that's her power, if she ends up being like Pig God from One Punch Man, then that is fucking hysterical. But I'm just gonna leave her right there. I believe this dude is Killer. Which already, bro, just off the name, he deserves to go up high. You know what I mean? Like, off the name, he deserves to go up high. I'm pretty sure he's one of Kid's pirates. I think he's like second to Kid. The only other right hand. And yeah, okay. All right, that's what I thought. Obviously, I gotta put him below Kid. He is kind of cool because he got the claws, you know what I mean? Bro has the Wolverines. But we didn't really see him do a whole lot. Wait, hold on. Bro. Beppo isn't on this tier list either. Are you upset about that? What are you barking at? Are you upset that Beppo's not on the tier list? Here, hold on. Here, tell him how you feel. How do you feel about Beppo not being on the tier list? Nothing. Great. Well, where would you put Beppo on the tier list? Leo, where'd you put Beppo on the tier list? You're not really helping me out, bro. All right. Do you need to leave? Oh. GG's. Unhelpful. Crazy that there's no Beppo on this tier list. That's fucking insane to me. We're gonna put Killer... I'm honestly gonna put Killer below Hachi. Because Hachi did that fucking thing, you know what I'm saying? Hachi did that thing. Luffy. Luffy. This is a tough arc. I don't know, man, because Luffy took massive fucking L's. This was the first time where Luffy like really just failed. You know what I mean? Like he failed completely, wholeheartedly. Like this whole arc was nothing but Luffy L's. Just nothing but Luffy L's. That's all this arc was. It was so depressing. Honestly, I'm gonna have to leave Luffy for a minute. I don't know where to put him. I genuinely don't know where to put him. I'm just gonna leave him there. Marguerite. Yeah, we're skipping Luffy. Honestly, I'm probably gonna be skipping a lot of the Straw Hats until the end because I need to gather my thoughts on them. You know what I mean? Like, man, it's been a lot. It's hard to kind of, because I don't even know if I want to put anyone in top G this arc. You know who's the top G? Fucking, I know who the top G is. Actually, it changed my mind. I know who top G is. I have two for this arc. As I do pretty much every arc at this point. But I think Margaret goes... there. I think Margaret goes there because she like fully knew what the potential consequences were going to be for her actions in terms of like standing up for Luffy and helping him and all that. Like she knew she was going to be on the shit list, and she was just like, yeah, I think he's kind of a good guy, so I'll just help him out, you know? I'm gonna pull on that thing a little bit too. But yeah, I think Margaret deserves to be up here. Definitely not up here. I feel like she did more than Killer for sure. But again, this isn't really like, what did they do? It's like the things they did, how do they make me feel? You know what I mean? And I think she goes right there. Blackbeard didn't do shit. Blackbeard didn't do shit. The only thing Blackbeard did this arc was piss me off anytime he was on screen. Because anytime he was on screen, all I could remember was the fact that he got my boy Ace locked up. He got my boy Ace locked up. So he just goes here. I hate this dude. I hate this fucking guy. I hate this fucking guy. I hate him. He goes right there. He goes right fucking there. Nami and Robin are kind of hard just because like I feel like they didn't really get to do anything the whole arc. Because even when Robin was like involved in the fights, like she's trying to break a robot's neck. Like what was Robin gonna do? You know what I mean? And then Robin might be on the most depressing island of all time. Like, I think Robin might genuinely be on the most depressing island that we've seen so far in One Piece. And I've started watching Impel Down. And let me just say this. Impel Down, not subtle at all. Not subtle at all. They have those dudes in their Hugo Boss suits looking like they are following that little mustache man. That shit is crazy. But I don't know. I feel like they didn't really do anything. They're definitely not trash tier, I would say, this arc. But I feel like neither of them really do anything. Actually, wait. Hold on. Robin, now that I'm thinking about it, Robin did wear a cowboy hat this arc. So... bump her up a couple spaces. If she wouldn't have worn the cowboy hat this arc, she would be in mid. But she did in fact wear the cowboy hat this arc. And might I add, she wore the shit out of that cowboy hat. Yeah, she certainly did. Let's see. Yes, Rasta Starfish. This is such a weird fucking, like, I don't know why this character exists. Like, it's so random that this character exists. Bro kind of does nothing, but at the same time, bro is just a thing. I have no, yeah, exactly. It's like, what do you even say about this guy? He does play the guitar, so that's cool. But yeah, Bob Marley Starfish, I think you just kind of go here, right there. That seemed perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Perona, you didn't do shit this arc. What? Oh wait, actually she beat Zoro's ass this arc. Perona, once again, bodied the fuck out of Zoro. She already beat him on Thriller Bark, and now she is just embarrassing him. She dressed bro up like a teddy bear now. This is just embarrassing. Zoro's gonna get knocked down this arc, actually. You know, Zoro's gonna be low on the tier list this arc. I'm gonna just say it. Zoro's gonna be low on the tier list. Perona, she's just kind of there. She's just kind of there, you know. I don't know. I feel like a lot of these characters didn't really contribute, you know. They didn't really contribute a lot. This guy also sells people into slavery, so you can go right there. You also look like an absolute fucking gremlin. So yeah, right there. Just to clarify, though Flamingo being at the top of the worst scum, that is the worst spot. Just so we're clear, he is king of the worst scum. So that's where he goes. Ace. Now, this is interesting because we don't really see Ace until the end of Sabaody, or end of Amazon Lily, but I'm pretty sure the conversation between him and Garp technically happens at the end of Amazon Lily, not the beginning of Impel Down. They show it in both arcs, which is kind of weird, so it's interesting, but I don't know, that conversation between him and Garp at the end of Amazon Lily, where he's just like, yeah, they're gonna fucking kill me, it is what it is. I don't know, man. I feel like that earned him a higher spot. You know what I mean? Because I already like Ace just off vibes, but the fact that he's just like, yeah, I mean, they're making a mistake if they kill me. You know what I mean? If they kill me, that's on them. They're fucking up the wrong person. This is gonna light the fire. And I feel like that's here for me. I know it's a really short moment, but for me it was probably my favorite moment of like the whole arc, other than, you know, the fucking everyone getting bubbled. Zoro, got bodied by Perona. again. And like, listen, I know he was injured for that whole situation, so everything going on with Kuma, it made sense that he was naturally going to be weak. Like, Luffy lost the fight too. It wasn't just Zoro. It wasn't just Zoro that lost the fight. Or it wasn't just Luffy that lost the fight. Like, all of them lost the fight, you know what I mean? But Zoro in particular, getting bodied by Perona a second time. Like, honestly, it's the first time where I've considered the need to have a tier in between mid and trash. I don't think I can put him into trash, though. I think he's definitely under Perona. Perona whooped his ass. Perona whooped his ass. I know this is going to be a controversial placement, but Perona whooped his ass. So, that's where Zoro goes. Alright, you guys go down here, you little Nepo babies. Actually... yeah, no, you still go down here. Yeah, you still go down here. I'm trying to think of Doflamingo. I think Doflamingo might technically not be as bad. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put you here, and I'm gonna put you here. This seems good. This seems good. I don't know enough about their dad to say he deserves to be at the top, but I know this dude deserves to be at the top. He's an even worse Nepo baby somehow. Somehow an even worse Nepo baby. Actually, his sister's a fucking demon too. This guy, he's just a snake. He doesn't even do anything. At least the other snakes are bows. I don't even think we saw this dude be a bow. He's just a big ass snake. Wait, what? Yeah, the only thing he changes into is a goddamn chair. He's a chair. He's not worse than Frankie though. I think he just goes right there. He just goes right there. I think he just goes right there. Yeah. Now Sanji ordinarily, permanently occupies a spot on top G. He normally occupies a permanent spot on top G, but I don't know where to put him yet, so I'm gonna put him right here. I'm genuinely I'm not just saving all of these for the end. I genuinely don't know where to put these guys right now. Apu, off names alone, he's not in trash tier, just off his name. He does have a musical ability, and because he has a musical ability, his teeth are piano keys, so that's something. He does help out, but he kind of just dips. He just goes mid. I think Apu goes mid. That seems fair. Sensomaro? Sumo. I don't. He has hockey, right? I believe that's true. I believe he has hockey, but even if he has hockey, he kind of has El Riz. He's kind of fucking lame. You know what I mean? He's just lame as shit. But he does kind of clap our crew. He does kind of clap our crew. Off vibes, he's lame as shit. But I think he goes right here. I think he goes right there. Like, he does kind of clap the crew. Like, at the very... Didn't he beat Zoro, right? Which automatically means he has to go above Perona. But yeah, I think he just goes right there. Shaki or Shaky. It's one of those two. I don't know which one. It's either Shocky or Shaky. She doesn't really do anything. She tells them where her husband might be, but she hasn't seen him in like, what, 10 months or something like that. So she's like, yeah, my husband's probably on one of these fucking islands. I don't know. Go find him if you want. But like at the same time, it's kind of because she knew like all about Shanks and shit like that, and she didn't tell them anything until after they went and found Rayleigh, right? So I don't know. I feel like she's kind of mid. She's not above Zoro. I feel like it's good having. Actually, I think we have to go like this. Yeah, I feel like Nami is. Yeah, Nami's just below Zoro this arc. We can say that. We can say that. Actually, Apu. Well, no, Apu didn't get captured. Apu didn't get captured. Actually, you know what? We're gonna put Apu right there. Yeah, we're gonna put Apu right there. That seems fair. You go right there. You go right there. She goes right there. I think she's vaguely worse than her dad. I feel like all three of them are kind of interchangeable in terms of how fucking awful and horrific they are. But I think she just goes right there. Like, let's just call it what it is. She just goes right there. Rayleigh? Do I need to explain? I don't think I do. I don't think I do. He's very clearly the top G of this arc. Very clearly the top G of this arc. He fills in so many holes. And one of the things that's the craziest to me is the scene where it's like an aside to him and Robin, you know what I mean? Where he's just like, hey, just real quick, out of curiosity, do you want to know what happened during the blank century? Are you curious what happened during the blank century? Like, he just knows. He just knows, and he's just like, I'll tell you if you want to know. Do you want to know what the One Piece is, by the way? Luffy, do you want to know what the One Piece is? No, don't tell me. Don't you tell me. You're gonna ruin the surprise. Don't tell me. Man, okay, well, he can whisper it to me though, right? Just whisper it to me real quick. Just come on, just let me know. Just let me know. Ah, no such luck. No such luck. Yeah, Rayleigh just exudes fucking aura. The first time we see him on screen is him just posted up just... And then while sitting there, he just knocks out all the fucking prison guards. He just knocks them all out, and we're just like, oh, yeah, that's a thing that people can do. Right, of course, of course. And then he goes, later on in the arc, he goes toe-to-toe with Kizaru, and it's just fucking... Yeah, whatever, man. They're having a full-on conversation. He's just having a full-on conversation with the man. That shit was wild, dude. That shit was just wild. So for that reason, Sharks, Rayleigh is top G. Rayleigh is currently top G of Sabaody / Amazon Lily. Okay. Who are we on now? Chopper? Chopper. Did Oh, actually, Chopper is going to go up here. Now, a lot of you may be like, why the fuck is Chopper? Everyone lost. First of all, Chopper went 3 Rumble Balls. Chopper went 3 fucking Rumble Balls knowing full well what the consequences of that would be. And he still went 3 Rumble Balls, knowing full well that that would probably mean even if his crew got away, he probably wouldn't, because he would be the one fucking smacking around the Kuma bots and everything. He would be the one who's, you know, there going to fucking war. That does not matter to me. That has absolutely no bearing on this ranking. That was cool. It was a cool moment. But my favorite moment of the entire arc, other than the scenes with Rayleigh, was with Chopper. And it's a damn shame that for, you know what? For the purposes of this, just imagine Brook and Chopper are on the same spot. Just put Brook and Chopper on the exact same spot on the tier list, because they would be. Because they are both a part of my favorite moment of the entire arc. In fact, hold on. I think I have a photo of it. I'm pretty sure... yeah. Look at that, bro. Look at that. He's just vibing. Bro is just vibing. He's just living his best life. Hold on, I think I have the one with Brook too. Yeah. Yeah. Look at him. They're just, that's it. Just me and the homies, for real. Just me and the homies just chilling. Just vibing. They're just vibing. Yeah. For that reason, Chopper and Brook also, but you know, for whatever reason, whoever put together this, maybe they did that on purpose. They were like, well, they're gonna rank Brook and Chopper the same because of the moment at Sabaody Park, right? So we'll just leave Brook off. So yeah, Brook and Chopper both right here because the vibes were immaculate. Now we have this guy. We have the character we are cosplaying today. The character that you all voted for because you all said, oh, this is our favorite guy. He's our big boy. We love him. Here we are. Okay. The work tomorrow. And I have hand tattoos now. That's going to be an interesting conversation. Oh, so yeah, so is the facial hair. That'll be fun to talk about. Law. The human centipede fruit. Honestly, the shock value of his abilities were the craziest part about him. I gotta be honest, I hate his verbal quirk. I don't mean that in the My Hero sense. I mean how he says "ya" after everything. That is already getting kind of old. Honestly, I like Kid more. I know that's going to be an unpopular opinion. I know people are going to completely disagree with that take, but I like Kid more. I just like Kid more than I like Law. It is what it is. At some point, I'm imagining that's going to change because people say it is. But for right now, I like Kid more. I think Law goes right there for me right now. Honestly, yeah, Law just kind of goes right there for me. Actually, nah, he goes above Bonnie. Because, like, immediately he was just ready to fucking throw hands. So I feel... And Bonnie was like, alright, let's get the fuck out of here, bro. But yeah, I think Law kind of goes right there for me. It was cool. I'm not sure if he went there with the intent of planning on buying the pirates who were enslaved and just being like, yeah, join my crew. But the fact that he was like, yo, I recognize you, join my crew. That shit was cool. That was a good vibe. For sure. But I don't know, for whatever reason, just I don't know if it's like character design or their abilities. I just kind of like Kid more right now. I just do. It is what it is. I like Kid more. But yeah, I mean, based off of nicknames alone, it's very clear that Law has more aura. You know what I mean? Law is meant to be a more favored character than Captain Kidd. I imagine the Surgeon of Death, probably a pretty popular character on the fan polls. Oh yeah, this is the captain who is like from a Sky Island, right? Is he from the Sky Island? Like, would he be like, oh, Eneru? Y'all know Eneru? Like, would he know who the fuck that is? I'm kind of curious. But honestly, I feel like he didn't do much. He just got a big stick, right? Like, it was just like, oh, he's from that place that we know. Like, that was the cool part of meeting him, but I feel like he didn't really do anything. I gotta put him above these two because he actually did throw hands, but I don't think he... I think he goes above Nami, though. I think he goes above Nami. I don't know if he goes above Zoro, because, like, listen, Zoro was injured the whole time, you know what I mean? So it's hard to really give Zoro a lot of grief this arc, you know? Usopp. What the fuck did Usopp do this arc? What did Usopp do this arc? Did Usopp participate? Where was Usopp? What was Usopp up to? This is really gonna... I'm not gonna beat the Usopp hater allegations, but I cannot for the life of me remember this dude doing anything. Which, like, Water 7 and Ennie's lobby, brother was involved. You know? Like, he was in there. He was in there a lot. The Thriller Bark, slightly less involved, but Sabaody, was he even there? Where was he? Like, I don't think bro did anything, bro. He just, like, this, people might, I'm not beating the Usopp hater allegations. Fuck, I'm not beating the Usopp hater allegations. That sucks, man. I can't escape these allegations. Oh, my music has stopped. Let's, there we go. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I'm probably gonna get flack for this in the comments, but yeah, Usopp just didn't do shit. Usopp just didn't do shit, so he goes right there. This dude... Oh, he was the one who used to be in the Marines, right? He's the, Supernova who was previously in the Marines, I think. Like, that has to be crazy to leave the Marines. I imagine he, like... He's done some shit, you know? I imagine he's done some shit because... Like, the things the Marines are willing to do and put up with, and they're still on that fucking payroll, is crazy. So I have to imagine, like, bro went through something insane. Bro has had a crazy character backstory. But I don't know what the fuck that is, so he's just going right there. He's just going right there. I don't know what this fucking dude is up to. I don't know what the fuck this dude is up to. But he just goes right there. He looks like one of the Three Musketeers, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, I think he just goes right there. Now then, we're down to our final three. This is going to be really fucking hard, actually. Oh my god. I've been dreading getting to this point. Because as you know, as anyone who's watched this channel for a while knows, Bro, I fucking love Sanji. He's just my fucking guy. He's just my guy. Like, I think a lot of it has to do with just working in the service industry. I'm not gonna lie. I think a lot of it has to do with just working in restaurants and fucking liking cooking and shit like that. But I just really fucking like Sanji. I just really fucking like Sanji. He's just a cool ass guy. But he's not going in his normal spot. I can tell you that right now. Because normally we only have 2 or 3 top Gs at most. This arc, we have 2 top Gs. The other one is Kuma. Now listen, the reason why Kuma is going in top G this arc. The reason why Kuma is going in top G this arc. Is because I fully believe that if he wanted to, at any point in time, he could have just killed the whole crew. Now, I don't know what his motivation is. I don't know what his reasoning is. I don't know why he's one of the warlords. I don't know why he's like a fucking lapdog to this world government. Because, listen, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of the shit that they're doing, Jesus would not approve. Jesus would not be very fond of the type of shit the world government is doing. So the fact that Kuma is helping them, I don't know, man. I don't know if you should be carrying around them scriptures the way you are. It seems a little hypocritical if you ask me. But I imagine Kuma is like playing the long game. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what the play is. But something about Kuma leads me to believe that he's like in there doing these things not necessarily against his will, but he's like playing a long game, because he could have very easily just killed the whole crew, but instead he was like, I'm gonna give them a chance. You know what I mean? I feel like he was like, I'm gonna give them a chance. So I could be reading way too much into it, but that's just how I'm looking at it right now. I'm thinking that he had to have done it on purpose. You know what I mean? He had to have done it on purpose to a certain extent. So for that reason, I'm putting Kuma right there. Top G. Because again, it could just be my own headcanon that's making me think he deserves to be in that spot, but I don't know. I think he deserves to be in that spot. Okay. Sanji. Sanji. This is such a tough one. I really love what they did with Sanji at the end of Thriller Bark, but I don't think that has any bearing over this arc in particular. And this is the way I try and do this is I try and structure these tier lists where I'm only taking into account like what happened during this arc. You know what I mean? Like that's the way I try and frame it in my brain as I'm like thinking about it. And I feel like Sanji just did not do a lot. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I would have to Google. Like, the only thing that Sanji really did that I really appreciated this arc was the stuff that he did with Duval. Because I really liked his moments with Duval, where when he came to, like, understand what was done, and he came to understand, like, hey, my actions have led to this other person having a hard time and suffering. You know, I'm not the worst guy. I'm gonna help him out a little bit, but you know, you're fucking with my friends, so I gotta get a lick back, you know. But like, I feel like he still tried in his own way to help Duval. The second he knew Kami was like in trouble, he was like, all right, fuck all the past shit. I know you tried to hurt my friends and you're not a good person, but You know, I'm gonna call up the Rosie Riders. I'm gonna have them come help us out because we need the help. But I just don't know if that qualifies him for sicko mode this arc, you know? But then again, we all know the reason Robin's in sicko mode this arc, so I could just put him up there if I wanted to, but it feels disingenuous, you know? It doesn't feel deserved to put him up there. So I think for the first time since we started doing these cosplay tier lists, oh god, that hurts me so bad, dude. That hurts me so bad. Oh fuck. Ugh. 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 I even put him in top G during Thriller Bark, and I know I got a lot of shit for that, but to me it felt deserved. But this, not so much. Not so much. This does not feel, you know, it feels hinky. It feel weird putting him up there this arc, because the crew in general just did not do a lot. You know what I mean? But now we get to Luffy. We get to Luffy, who really just had like his first like real emotional defeat, you know what I mean? Because he's lost fights. He's lost plenty of fights throughout the course of this show, but this is like the first emotional defeat that he's ever had. You know what I mean? Bro, the callback to Arlong Park with Nami saying help me again, and it, like him just instantly, bro, oh my god, that moment just damn near broke me. Like her saying help me again, and him this time just not being able to do anything. Nothing. He couldn't do a single thing to help her in this situation. That was a rough one. That was a rough ass episode. And then just seeing like them one by one just disappear, and him just be broken and defeated. Like, it's such a powerful moment, dude. Luffy was definitely the one who made me like feel the most of anyone throughout this arc. He definitely had like the most emotional weight, emotional impact. But again, I don't know, man. He like he's not going in top G. He's not among the top 3 top Gs, which I know is probably tough to hear for some of you. It's probably tough to hear, but from my perspective, it just doesn't make sense for him to be up there. Honestly, outside of the stuff that happened in 403, 404, 405, that's the ones where he's like fighting Kuma and like all that stuff is happening, you know? Outside of that, my favorite moment from Luffy across the whole arc is when he's, you know, fighting Boa and her sisters, and she's like, she's like doing her Bond villain shit. She's like, okay, I'll make you a deal. I can either unfreeze all of these people, or I can take you to see your crew. Which is it gonna be? He's like, oh shit, thank you so much for even giving me the option. Yeah, please unfreeze them. That's awesome, thank you. He fucking bowed, thanked her, and said, perfect, please help them. Like, he knows. He's like, all right, if she doesn't help me, I'll find out a different way later on. I'll figure it out. Even if I get stuck on this island forever, at least, you know, my crew is out there and they'll be able to still find each other later on. And that's just such a cool moment, man. So I think for me, he's not a top G. He's not a top G this arc. But with all that, I think he's top of sicko mode. I think Luffy is top of sicko mode. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to edit this video down a lot, because I yapped for an hour and a half to do this tier list. But yeah, let me know what y'all thought. Let me know if there is. Know that I'm asking this is opening up Pandora's fucking box, but let me know if there are any of the tier list placements that I put that you disagree with, which I'm sure you will, and you will do so vehemently. You will vehemently disagree with everything that I said. Let me know down in the comments below, or alternatively, you could just join the Discord. If you join the Discord, then you get notified when I do streams like this, when I post new videos, whenever I'm, getting ready to finish arcs. I'll usually ask in the Discord what characters I should put on the poll for the cosplays. So if you're interested in any of that, join the Discord. It's always linked down in the description below. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.